guys, welcome to week 8 of Learn, Grow, Eat, Go. This week we're going to be making an easy broccoli and cauliflower recipe. I've already gotten started to save us a little bit of time, and so I've already pre-chopped and started cooking my broccoli and my cauliflower here in the skillet. Now I'm going to show you how I did this. So first of all, for the recipe, we need 4 cups of chopped broccoli, 4 cups of chopped cauliflower. We also are going to be using 4 ounces of a fat-free cream cheese, a half a cup of Greek yogurt. We have a 1/4 cup of the skim milk. We also have 1½ cups of a fat-free cheddar cheese, 10 Ritz crackers, and then we've grated 3 tablespoons of fresh Parmesan cheese. So what I did first of all, as I took our broccoli and I cut it, it says to cut it in little florets. And so when you turn that over, you can see the stem of the broccoli runs that way. And then you've got kind of the bloom part of the broccoli. Now when we eat the broccoli, we're actually eating 2 parts of the plant. This flower looking part is actually the bloom or the flower of the plant. And then we are also going to eat the stem as well. So to chop this broccoli, I turn it over and I use my knife and run along there, and it kind of divides the broccoli into the little bite-sized pieces for us already. So I'm going to set that aside. The cauliflower is the same way. It's grouped a little bit closer together, but this is what a head of cauliflower looks like. If you turn it over, you've got your stem on the underneath side. You're simply going to break a piece off, and you can actually break this a little easier than the broccoli into little bite-sized pieces. So that's already been done for us in the skillet. I'm going to set that aside. The next thing, now that our cauliflower and our broccoli have already been cooking for a little while, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add a 1/4 cup of our skim milk to the skillet. We're going to kind of make a little sauce with this. And I've reduced my heat down a little bit lower. And so you can see that's all mixing very nicely in the skillet. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add my 4 ounces of cream cheese that I've already cut up into cubes, and I'm going to put that inside the skillet, and we're going to stir that until it melts all together. It kind of gets a little sticky once you've chopped it up into cubes. So I've got that in the skillet. I'm going to stir that around. This recipe really goes together really quickly. It's very nutritious. We've talked about each week one of our vegetables that we've tried. They're all very high in vitamins. And this dish is also very high in vitamins as well. It actually has 80% of the vitamin C that you need in one day. So I've got that. That's about all melted. It's not going to take a whole lot longer to finish this dish. So if you look at your recipe, after we've added the cream cheese, we've stirred it, we're going to add the yogurt to it and stir it to coat. We're going to sprinkle cheddar cheese on top and then do our Ritz crackers. Really quick, like I have put these, I'm going to set this aside for just a second. I have put these Ritz crackers in a Ziploc bag because these need to be crushed. This is an easy way to crush your Ritz crackers. So you just simply mash them with your hands, and we're going to make our crumb or our breading for our topping of our dish. So this really makes it where it's not messy to make your crumb topping. And I've about got it mixed up. Now I'm going to open up this bag, and I'm going to add our Parmesan cheese in with that bag, and we're going to mix it all up. We're just going to kind of toss that all together. Very simple, very easy, no mess to clean up. So I'm going to put that back on the heat, and I'm going to stir that a little bit more. And we really are almost through with this recipe. So I'm going to kind of spread that out. Now we're going to take our cheddar cheese and we're going to sprinkle that over the top. Cheese really makes it good. This dish is really looking very, very pretty already. If we we can zoom in and you can see that we have totally coated the broccoli and the cauliflower with the cheese. And so we're going to let that sit there for just a minute until the cheese melts. That heat from the bottom of the skillet is going to come up through the broccoli and the cauliflower, and that's going to cause that cheese to melt. So we're going to let that stay for just a minute. Now while that's melting, I want y'all to look at your recipe, and we're going to look at our math and science for this week. The first question is, what parts of cauliflower and broccoli are edible? We just talked about it, and you have 6 different choices there, but y'all have 2 parts of the plant that we're actually eating when we're eating broccoli and cauliflower. So if y'all can answer that, I'll give y'all a minute to answer that. So with broccoli and cauliflower both, we are eating the flower part, and then we're also eating the stem part of the broccoli. The next thing is, I want y'all to check out this nutrition facts label that we look at every week. Find out half a cup is a serving of this recipe, and I want y'all to tell me how many calories is in half a cup of this recipe. So that would be 110 calories. If you ate 2 servings of this recipe, how many calories would you eat? So you need to double those calories. So you can add 110 plus 110, or you can multiply 110 times 2. Either way, you're going to get the same answer, and it's 220 calories. Y'all look on the directions for this recipe. Every week, this is number 1 on our directions before we start cooking anything. What is the first step we use before we even start cooking? It's going to be wash your hands, and also start out with the clean work area. Now the next thing it asks is, which is more, 3 tablespoons or a half a cup? That's a little bit of a tricky question. So y'all think about, y'all guess, is 3 tablespoons more or is half a cup more? The yogurt right here that we use actually is half a cup. So half a cup is more than 3 tablespoons. Now I'm also going to add this yogurt in with this mixture. I should have put this in before I put the cheese. So we've got that all melted already. That's looking very, very nicely. I'm going to add this yogurt in. And I'm going to stir this all together. This is a really yummy dish, and it's very, very nutritious. I'm going to stir that in together. This is what we've got now. And now it's time, the last thing you're going to do is I'm going to turn the heat off of my oven. And I'm going to sprinkle these breadcrumbs mixed with the Parmesan cheese right on top of that. This is one of my favorite dishes that we have in our program. It's very, very good. So guys, it's just as simple as that. So we have now got our easy broccoli and cauliflower ready to go on the table. And now my family's ready to eat. I'm going to serve this with a meatloaf and a salad, and so this is going to be really yummy. I hope y'all will take this recipe home to your families, and I encourage you to go shopping for the ingredients, and I hope y'all try this at home. I hope y'all have a great week. We'll see y'all next week. Thanks. Bye-bye.